And last but not least, men like sex. And if he isn't being taken care of at home, he's going to find it elsewhere. That's just the way men are wired.
That's how we're starting this video?
Oh, well, I thought okay, go on.
We haven't even said anything yet.
Okay.
Welcome to relationship video number 3. We're gonna tell you about more juicy stuff. We get deeper and deeper each time. Anyway, we want you to have a great life. You already saw the first 2, I hope. So now we're gonna continue with our how to have relationship secrets in our life and things like that. So
What works for us.
yeah. So here we go.
All right, so I just want to start this video by stating the obvious. Men like sex.
Women don't?
Well, yes, but women don't need it the way men are wired to need it. And if a man isn't being taken care of at home, he's probably going to go out and find it somewhere else. That's just a sad state of affairs, but you want to be with somebody that you want to have sex with, that you look forward to having sex with, that you crave it and you need it, to feel replenished at the end of the day. And, I was running a restaurant and raising a child and trying to live my own life. And I still found time. I didn't find it. I made time for sex. Because, that was with my significant other, my ex of 15 years. And it wasn't a chore. That had so much, talk about sacrifice. Talk about no time for anything. Running a restaurant, I would wake up in the morning and go downstairs and leave my house and come back home at night, 11 o'clock at night, go upstairs and go to bed. And then we moved in together and, I'm just saying there's time. If you're finding excuses, if you're making excuses like the children or the job, then you're not with the right person. And also if you're making excuses, then you may as well pack your bags because the relationship isn't going to last. You got to feed it. Yes?
Well, I don't have to say anything here. You said it all. This is like, okay. My kind of girl. What can I say to top that? I'm good.
Well, you're just so adorable. It's like, I feel like lovemaking, that is the time I can show him how much I love him because, he's busy during the day and he's got his mind on other things. He's not in a romantic mood. But at night, when I have him all to myself, sex is just as important to me because it allows me to make love to him and show him how much and express my love. And
this is where some women go, oh, there's a difference between sex and lovemaking. Yeah, there is sometimes. You're right, but they're interchangeable and they kind of flow. One turns into another. It's organic. And it shouldn't be categorized like that. It should be just something that like eating and sleeping and going to the bathroom. You just do it because it feels good and it's natural and it's not something you force. It's like, oh God, here I go. I have to do this again. It's that time of day. Oh, if you're doing that is just, it's got to be something that you look forward to that just happens naturally, like everything else in your life. Anything that you force, anything that you feel isn't natural, it's not going to last.
I think men don't really care how they get it. If the woman's like, oh, geez, I have to get it over with. I doubt the guy really minds.
For me, a turn on is knowing the other person wants me.
Sure.
It's important. For me, that's a turn on. If I sense somebody's doing it just because they feel it's a job.
Well, you're not like most men.
I can't. It's not. I say, okay, forget it.
Sure.
It's got to be
wanted.
you want to be wanted.
You want to feel wanted.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think it works both sides. I mean, maybe men don't. I mean, I guess if a guy doesn't get it enough, then it doesn't matter. But if you are regularly taken care of, then being wanted is a big part of it, I think, for both sides. And it should be genuine. It should be like anything else. If it's not real, it's not going to last. You know what's a big aphrodisiac is being where you want to be in life. Being free to do what you want to do and having someone to do it with. But, you know, they say power is an aphrodisiac. It's true. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, when you have the power and the freedom to live the life that you want, that you're free to do whatever you want, that's a turn on. You just get turned on. Life is energy. Life is, it's electricity, and it comes through you, and it motivates you. And, you know, being creative, doing things, making a difference in the world, having a purpose. I think that's a big thing that gets you started with love making, sex, all that stuff, is being turned on by where you are in life, having a purpose. Waking up in the morning and saying, I got something that I look forward to doing. That's, I think, a big, huge part of it. If you're not happy with your life, if you think your life sucks, you're not going to have a lot of sexual desire in your life. In order to be sexually fulfilled, you need to be feeling complete in your life, like you've got a purpose, a mission, a purpose.
Right, rather than having sex to try and fill that void.
Right, and that's a big problem with people, is they have sex in order to fill a void. Because it does release endorphins. It releases a chemical. It's like a drug addict. They need it because it's a drug. It's like, oh, I got to have my fix, you know. And so whatever it is, you know, pornography, cheating, you know, whatever it is, they need their fix. And that's because they need that buzz. It's the only thing they have to make them feel good. And that ultimately hurts a relationship if they're with somebody. The point is, you got to get your life together in order to really have a good sex life. You got to have health. I keep coming back to that. If you're not healthy, you're going to feel crappy. And when you feel crappy, nobody wants to be with you. It's not a turn on. You got to feel good. You got to feel alive. You got to feel clean. It's better to eat no food than it is to eat junk food.
It's better to be alone than with the wrong person.
Right. And it's all connected. So find a purpose in your life. Get something going. Then the hormones start flowing. Then people, your partner, your mates, everything starts coming to you. And I talk about this in Instructions for a New Life. It's a big part. You got to, I say this every video, you got to get your act together first. Don't think that the other person is going to fill that void. Just having somebody who gives you sex, somebody who makes you food, somebody that does your chores for you, like that's going to make your life better. It's going to like improve your situation and make things, oh yeah, as soon as somebody comes in and does that, fills those things for me, then my life will be, no. You're going to drain that person. They're going to start resenting you. And you're going to have this miserable cloud of gloom whenever you guys are together, which is going to drain the whole situation. Your job's going to suffer because of it. So again, don't think that the answer is out there, that you're going to get it from someone else. It's got to come from inside you. And when you're overflowing with goodness, you share it with that other person.
Let's talk about red flags. Jealousy is a horrible emotion in a relationship. I cannot be with a jealous person. It's a sign of insecurity. It causes bad feelings and sadness. I was talking to this guy in front of my restaurant. He worked next door at the roofing company, and we'd be flirting sometimes after work when he'd come back from a job. And I remember we're standing on the street in San Francisco, and we're talking, and these 3 college-aged guys walked past us, and I guess they were staring at me. I wasn't paying attention. Well, the guy from the roofing company that I was flirting with for a few days turned to those young men and said, "What are you looking at?" And I went, "Oh my goodness." And he saw my reaction, and he goes, "Oh, just kidding." And I thought, no, he's not. Red flag. Never spoke to him after that day again. Because why? Why am I going to start something up with somebody that possesses a emotion that I despise and that causes problems? And I saved myself so many years of grief because I listened and reacted responsibly to that red flag. Same goes with women. You know, if you see a woman start screaming or start telling you what to do, how to make your bed, how to brush your teeth, that's a good indicator that she's going to be trouble in the future, if not now. So yeah, red flags are so important. Like I said, just reacting responsibly to red flags saves you so much grief. And I know a lot of people that just ignore it. I've seen it, and
Yeah, you're right.
what a waste of the years of your life.
It is a sign of insecurity. If you're whole, if you know you've got what it takes and you have everything you need, nothing bothers you.
Yeah, as far as jealousy, if that person is with you, why would you? I don't know. And another crucially important aspect of a romantic relationship is the ability that you have to make me feel completely at ease and comfortable being myself. That is so important. Like, I've never sung in the car before with an ex-boyfriend.
She's adorable when she sings.
But it's like I'm singing in the car to songs with him, and
she does silly stuff. Like, we're not afraid to be silly with each other.
yeah, and I think, my God, I'm with a guy that I could be my 100% self with and not feel embarrassed or shy or apprehensive in the slightest.
I guess that's kind of a sign of if you're with a good person. It's
Right.
like the stuff that you do secretly when you're alone and you know nobody's around, the goofy things that you do.
Yeah, I think that's a really good indicator that you're with the right person.
That you do it when they're around and you don't care, you know.
Like 8 billion people in the world, and I can only sing around one of them.
Or do other silly, goofy things.
Right. A man comes home from work to his sanctuary. He wants a nice meal at the end of the day and, a happy wife, not somebody. He's just had a horrible day at work to come home and be like, oh my God, the kids did this, and I don't have time for this, and I don't have that, and blah, blah, blah. I noticed something also about men throughout my years dealing with them. Rather than, bitch at them, oh, I don't have any space in my drawers to fit anything. They so prefer, and they would be so much more obliged to do something if you went up to them and said, is there any way you could build me more drawer space or get me a dresser? I don't know. I'm not.
Men love to build and help and fix their problem solvers.
Right.
Men like a good challenge. They like to solve problems. Women are good as being inspiration for men. So if a woman gives a man a reason, and inspires a man, then he will respond by finding creative ways to fix problems. And they love to tinker and build and figure out, how can I take this wood and this metal and make something practical out of it.
But how sweet. They respond better to that rather than bitch, bitch, bitch.
Right. Well, that's what I said. Men need to be inspired to do practical things. Otherwise, it's just, I got to do more work, As long as he is appreciated for, it's good to always say to the man, you're the best carpenter in the world. Wow, nobody builds things like you.
Right.
Make them feel worthy of it. Make them feel good.
Make him want to do that.
Yeah.
Make him want to live up to your expectations. Build up the other person, not tear them down.
That's something I've found out over and over. Men, everybody wants to feel needed. They want to feel like they have a purpose, like they belong, like there's a reason for existing. Men love to solve problems. Give them a problem and they will love to figure it out. They're very mind-oriented. Women are good at inspiring, very heart-oriented. Women are very heart-oriented. So I think the two go together really well. The woman inspires, the man builds, fixes, and creates the world for the woman to live in and do her inspiring. Man builds the castle, the woman keeps it beautiful.
Men build the castle, a woman turns it into a home.
Right. I mean, women are here to beautify life. I'm generalizing here, but women are great at beautifying things. Men are good at building the foundation, the structure, and women come in and they beautify that. They make it.
We make a great team, us men and women.
Yeah, so as long as
we work well together,
as long as the man
mutual respect and admiration and awe.
Exactly. It just has to be a good team. And if it is a good team, there is no limit. Don't be rash or hesitant or too quick at jumping at the first person that comes along. You'll know when it's the right person.
And if you jump at the first person that comes along, then you won't be available for the right person.
Exactly. Throughout all those years, I could see something's not working, it's not working, so I kept improving myself. I didn't just wait, well, maybe the next person will be the right person, but I did, that's what a lot of people do. They stay the same, and then they think the next person is going to solve the problem and be better. If it's not working, it might be partially you. You got to keep fixing and improving. And that is key. That is so important. If it's not working in this relationship, before you get to the next one, keep improving yourself. Keep making yourself better. Maybe it was something about you that just didn't click. Quit blaming the other person. It's a two-way thing. 40 years, 50 years is what it took for us. But it was worth it. I kept improving myself, saying, well, maybe something wasn't right. I just kept
learning from previous relationships as well.
Exactly. And it's better later than never.
And God bless those people that find love at 20 and are together till they're 80. I don't come from that world. His mother's from that world. She's with the same man, one man in her life. And since his father passed away, she has been alone. She doesn't want another man. She had that one man, and she doesn't want another man after that. God bless those people that can do that. It took me 24 years later to find my perfect man. But, I never want to let you go. You make life wonderful.
Well, if you do let me go, I might not go anywhere. That's important. That is so important. If you hang on to somebody too tight, they're going to want to leave. People need their space. They need their privacy. They need their individual breathing room. If you hang on too tight, it's like anything. Anything that feels captive is going to want to run away. It's a good relationship if you give them the freedom to go and do whatever they want, but they stay with you. People think a marriage is the answer for everything. A marriage license is like I've got you now. We're married. This is for sure. No. People continue to cheat, to do secret things. Marriage license doesn't mean anything as far as security. As far as financial security, house, and all that stuff, a lawyer.
Yep, she was married to this man, very wealthy man, 14 years, gave him 2 children. He divorced. I forget who initiated the divorce, but her alimony was $1 a month. There's no security.
There's no security. If you think a marriage is going to end, it's like people have kids because they think it's going to help their relationship. It's going to stress them out even more. If there's already stress there, it's going to separate them even more. You cannot. The answer isn't out there. It's not like a marriage license. It's not children. It's not whatever.
It's like food. It's not what to take. It's what to stop taking. What to stop doing.
Don't be in a relationship for security. That's not the right reason to be in it. And there is no such thing as security. So what I'm saying is, if that person is free to leave at any time and they stick around, it's because they want to stick around. If they stick around because they have to, because there's a contract, you start resenting each other. There's this weird energy. But if they're free to go at any time, but they don't, they stay with you, that's real and genuine, and that's a keeper. And that's what we do. We give each other the space to do whatever we want to do.
But we come together at the end of the night and show me, that you still love me, and and that's just a beautiful thing, and that's just so important for me. And I think women just want to feel loved.
I think anybody does. I think everybody does.
But okay, well, we've covered a lot of ground.
We're going to do more and more videos about relationships because we can't say all this in just a few videos. But we want to give you little tidbits of what works for us. It doesn't work necessarily for everybody, but it works for a great amount of people. And it's what we've learned over the years. And we don't want people to make the same mistakes. So we want your life to go smoother, quicker, faster, easier, and better, because we want you to already know, you don't have to waste another 20 years figuring out the stuff that we already wasted 20. It's not wasting. It's all part. It's
a learning process.
Yeah.
Every day, every minute, we're at a crossroads, and
so you can change your life at any moment. Make your decisions, and hopefully we're helping do that. And we want you to stay tuned, subscribe, click the bell button, comment, and we want you guys to have
A healthy, happy, satisfying life.
yeah, so stay tuned for more.
At marcusnews.com.
See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.